Welcome to the Therapy for Black Girls podcast, a weekly conversation about mental health, personal development, and all the small decisions we can make to become the best possible versions of ourselves. I'm your host, Dr. Joy Harden Bradford, a licensed psychologist in Atlanta, Georgia. For more information or to find a therapist in your area, visit our website at therapyforblackgirls.com. While I hope you love listening to and learning from the podcast, it is not meant to be a substitute for a relationship with a licensed mental health professional. Hey y'all, thanks so much for joining me for session 112 of the Therapy for Black Girls podcast. Remember that list of things you set out to do at the end of last year? How's it looking so far? We've hit the halfway point of the year, and I always think that's a really good time to do some reflecting on what you set out to do and how it's going. So let's chat about that a bit. But first, let's show some love to our sponsor. Support for today's episode comes from Naturalicious. Naturalicious is the world's first vegan, high-performance hair care line that delivers the results of 12 products in only 3. It's designed to reduce time spent on hair care and is proven to save up to 80% of time on wash day. Naturalicious was founded by innovator Gwen Jameer, who is the first and only African-American woman to hold a patent on a natural hair care product. These products are great specifically for busy women with curly and coily hair, also known as 4C hair, and they're all natural. Naturalicious has become my go-to product, and I love the way it leaves my hair detangled and moisturized, and it has definitely cut down significantly on my wash day process. So if you want to cut down on the amount of products you use and get some time back in your busy schedule, then I definitely recommend you try them. You can find the Naturalicious products in over 1,200 Sally stores nationwide, or you can buy them online at sallybeauty.com. Use our exclusive promo code 555 at checkout to save 10% off your purchase. Now let's get back to our episode. In session 88 of the podcast, we talked all about how to set goals and the different things you'd want in place to increase your chances of being successful. So if you haven't listened to that one, you may want to check that one out afterwards. I'll definitely link it in the show notes. But today, I wanted to check in with you to see how things have been going with your progress. So if you don't feel like you're making much progress, here are a few things I want you to consider. Number 1, did you actually make a plan with goals? Or did you just list a bunch of stuff on paper with no real plan of how you were going to achieve it? If your goals weren't SMART, that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, then look at your list again and see if you can get clearer. Number 2, what has been getting in the way of your progress? Y'all know I love a good journaling activity, so pull out your journal and think about what's been getting in your way and what may need to be done to remove those barriers. Number 3, what was your mindset when you made the goals? Perhaps you're not making progress on the goals you set last year because you made them when you were afraid and doubting yourself, and they simply no longer fit now that you're feeling more confident and self-assured. So lean into this new feeling and see what kinds of goals feel more appropriate for you right now. Number 4, have you really not made progress, or is it just not the splashy kind of progress that would look great on an Instagram post? Because those two things are not the same. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for celebrating yourself and letting the world know how great you are. But not all progress looks like that. And it doesn't make it any better or worse, it's just different. Don't lose focus on your goals or minimize them just because they don't feel IG worthy. And number 5, try really, really hard not to beat yourself up for not making as much progress as you would have liked. You're human just like the rest of us, and sometimes we're on, and sometimes not so much. And watch the language and the story that you're telling yourself about what's been happening. You may have fallen short of making as much progress as you wanted, but you are not a failure. It's okay to extend yourself some grace and challenge yourself to do better in the future. Now, if you have been making progress on your goals, here are a few things that I want you to consider. Number one, have you been celebrating yourself? Don't get caught in practicing what I call celebration procrastination, where you're always waiting to meet the next goal before you celebrate the current one. It doesn't have to be a huge celebration, but make sure you're taking time to pat yourself on the back for all of your hard work. Number two, stay engaged and reflective about the process. What kinds of things have helped you to make progress? Are those things able to be repeated? And have you developed a good system for this to happen? Number three, do you need to add something else to the list? Perhaps you played it safe when you set your goals for the year, and now you realize you may need a little extra push. Go ahead and add a stretch goal to the list and see how close you come to reaching that one. And number four, be sure to thank the people who've been helping you along and check in to see if they need any help with their goals for the year. It's always more fun when the whole team is winning, so make sure you're celebrating yourself and supporting your crew as well. So drop me a line on social media or share a video with me in your Insta stories and tell me what's going on with your 2019 goals. Are you making progress or are you feeling stuck somewhere? Let's chat about it. Be sure to use the hashtag TBGInSession so that we can follow along with the conversation. And don't forget to show some love for our sponsor for this episode, Naturalicious. It's the world's first vegan, high-performance hair care line that delivers the results of 12 products in only 3. You can find the products in over 1,200 Sally stores nationwide, and you can also get 10% off your purchase online by going to sallybeauty.com and using the promo code 555555 at checkout. If you're looking for a therapist in your area, don't forget to check out our therapist directory at therapyforblackgirls.com/directory. And if you want to continue this conversation with other sisters who listen to the podcast, come on over and join us in the Thrive Tribe, which is our Facebook group for the podcast. You can request to join at therapyforblackgirls.com/tribe and be sure to answer the 3 questions that are asked to gain entry. Don't forget to visit our online store at therapyforblackgirls.com/shop, where you can find our guided affirmation track, breakup journal, and your favorite Therapy for Black Girls t-shirts, sweatshirts, and mugs. Thank y'all so much for joining me again this week. I look forward to continuing this conversation with you all real soon. Take good care.